All right, I see someone got in here. Is that better? The audio, I plugged it into my radio in my truck and switched channels and then lost it. So let me know if the audio is back, guys. Well, it should be back. So I'm gonna head up to Fairhaven. We're gonna check this out. You know, the last little clip we had, good to hear it's back. Had to restart. Sorry about that, guys. Never done this, so there's gonna be some glitches. So we're gonna head over to the north side. We'll go take a look at it. If you got any questions down below, feel free to ask them. My wife was even texting me, hey, your audio's gone. So Joe B, what up? So you get a feel for, I was going to tell you guys, you're going to get a feel for how long it takes me to do these videos. Fridays was probably one of my shorter ones. Time out, I left the house around 8-ish, 7:38, and didn't get home till about noon. And then between noon and whenever the video went live, that was my time editing. That was one of the shorter ones. So we're gonna head up to the north end, guys. Ask questions, I'll try to answer them while I'm driving. I am on the highway, so I do gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. Joe B, so I'm a fishing tackle sales rep for a distributor, one of the larger ones in the country. My territory is the entire lower peninsula of Michigan. So I do a ton of driving. I sell just about every brand you can think of, rods and reels from Abu Garcia down to Zebco's and everything between. Anything that's available through distributorship, I'll do. Selfridge first, and we'll take a little drive through there. That was getting eaten up pretty good yesterday. I do want to say thanks, Jason Long, for throwing up the live thanks. That every little bit helps cover the fuel for this. It's gonna be a rough year on the day job side of it, from the looks of it. 2 bad winters in a row is gonna really hinder a lot of the small shops in the state. Being able to spend money, so make sure you buy local as much as possible this year, guys. If you know what you want and you're not gonna need it for a month or two, go into those shops and say, hey, can you get me X? And then they'll reach out to guys like me and I'll order it for them. We'll get it sent into their store special for you. In most cases, we can do just about any quantities, but occasionally we'll have to stick to, you know, case packs for certain things. But it doesn't matter what shop it is, if it's here on Lake St. Clair or anywhere else. Yeah. Tell you what, since I got people from all over the state, let me know down here in the live stream chat what local shop you go to. Just want to get a feel for where some of you guys are at, and then I can tell you if I take care of that store or not. Yeah, Joe, always buys local whenever you can. I mean, I try really hard. There's some hard to get things that I look for that are just impossible to get local. So Schultz is doing a really good job. They're definitely on the higher end side for a lot of guys, but they're not just a fly shop anymore. That's a good shop. They like to buy direct on a lot of things though too, and for some shops that works. Other shops, they get so focused on buying direct that it hurts them sometimes. So I grew up shopping at Bottom Line. They are a customer of our company that I work for. Obviously Sportsman's Direct is as well. Lakeside's a customer of mine. Anglers Point's a customer of our company. Both of their stores. Hooked One's a customer of mine. Anderson Pro Bait and Jay's Marine Hardware up in Port Huron are also customers of mine. So we're coming up here to Selfridge here in a second. Joe, have you been in Lakeside in the last month or so? She has an absolute ton of product in there right now. I actually went and helped her out doing a reset and reorganizing the store. Julie, who is the new owner, is doing an awesome job. Yeah, bottom line's a walleye jigging shop and sells minnows. That's all those guys do down there. A lot of those shops down there, they only focus on the walleye run and the white bass run. The white bass run was terrible last year. I mean, if you guys do enough praying, man, it'd be great. I can win a lot of them and open up a hell of a shop for you guys. Yeah, I haven't worked at Sportsman's Rec now for a little over 6 years, I believe. So I can't say what goes on in there day to day anymore, other than what I help them out with. All right, let's turn the camera around. We're at Selfridge. Let's go take a look, see what we got. So I'll show you guys the ramp area. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know what situation we're in there. But there's a few guys fishing, but I'll show you guys the ramp. So we got open water there. Get these out of there. It's screwing up my screen here. But as you can see, that's open water. And that follows all the way out to the mouth. That's where that current flows. Let's drive over to the main lake. We lost some ice out here too from yesterday. There was a little more going out further than what there is now, it looks like. Our lovely Border Patrol just chilling here doing nothing. So here is the lake off of Selfridge. I'll go out to the far point. It'd be easier to see. Plus, I don't want to wig out the Border Patrol guy by parking next to him. So. Had a heck of a lot more people on the other live stream, so hopefully we'll get some more up. But here is Selfridge. There's nobody out here fishing. There was one guy out here yesterday, but there's a lot of pockets. Oh, wow. So in the video yesterday, I shot a pocket, and it was not far off the ramp here. I'll show you guys the one that I shot, and you can look at how much bigger it is. In fact, one's actually formed. This was not here yesterday. And then the one that's on the other side of the bag there, that was the one I filmed yesterday right there. But there's a ton of pockets like this that's just falling apart. This is whisper thin ice. And then this is the canal going back. You can see it's got open pockets all the way through it. It's just not safe to go through there, guys. Now that out there, that's Lottie View Point, or however you say it, but the actual official name, but yeah. And then that's down towards the barracks. A lot of ice that way, but this stuff is sketch city down here. So let's keep going up to the north end. I'm gonna take Jefferson up. The Salt River was wide open. Alrighty. Off we go to the next point. You guys are kind of getting a taste for how I do these videos a little bit. What other shops you guys shop around here? We got Schultz, Sportsman's, Lakeside. I know Anderson Pro Bait in the spring does something he calls Fish Church, which is on Sundays. It starts up in February. He just posted up on his Facebook page the dates and topics. I try to make 1 or 2 of those every year. I love going up to Fish Church, get to hear, even if stuff I'm not into, I'll go and actually hang out and listen, because you can glean new strategies from other guys and other fish species that people chase. It's always good to kind of keep learning, come up with different ideas. How do you guys feel about roundabouts in the state of Michigan? Are you a fan or are you not a fan? I'm kind of torn. I'm in one right here right now, the one at Selfridge. I like them. Personally, I do, but I don't like when people don't know how to use them right. That's all. I didn't hear anything good down below Crocker for ice conditions down there. So Blossom, 11 Mile, I did not hear anything good. Need some music, but the bad part is if I played music, this would get demonetized and pulled down. It would, and then I'd not be able to go live for some time. Yeah, Joe, the whole state, all the bait shops are really suffering right now from 2 winters in a row like this. And the one thing that's interesting, the company I work for my day job, we cover a lot of Minnesota, Wisconsin, the Dakotas, Iowa. We're really big out there. We're probably the best ice fishing distributor in the country. We carry a huge selection for all these shops. And this is the first time those states have experienced a winter like we've had a couple times. Well, basically since in my adult life, every 5 to 6 years we have winters like we had this year. So I will drive into Brandenburg, but I expect that to be all open water. There was a little bit of ice there, but nothing you could walk on yesterday. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it. Always appreciate those guys. It helps fund the fuel for this truck here to get out here and go do this for you guys. I mean, ultimately, my goal for this is to try to keep some of you guys safe, keep you topside. That's ultimately why I do this. Just plus, I normally would be driving around checking anyways like you guys did, but I live a heck of a lot closer than a lot of you guys. You know, I'm like 10 minutes from here. Reeling, so during COVID, the short answer is yes, I plan on doing a lot more. When I was driving through Metro, you may not have seen this, I hinted at a series of videos that I've been working on for quite some time. I got my hands on a really cool set of data that covers the entire state of Michigan. I've been breaking it down and organizing it to kind of showcase how good fishing is here in Michigan. I'll get to your question here in a second, Joe. But this data set, I think it's gonna be really eye-opening to a lot of guys. It may highlight some counties that you've never fished, or maybe highlight some species that you might want to go try and fish for, and kind of tell you where to go try it at. So that's going to be really cool. This data is hugely, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for here. It's just really cool. Like, I'm a data nerd. When it comes to my day job, I like to break down data and find trends and things. And I've been doing that my entire life when it comes to fishing as well. So I'm probably going to share a little bit of what I do to find these out of the way places I used to travel and go to all the time. There's a lake I found back in the early 2000s. It's still good. Just haven't been out there in a few years. A bit hard for me to get out there. I have a family and a job now, so it's a little harder just to go take off for hours and days at a time and fish like I used to. But I used to dig into the fishing report assessments the DNR does when they go do surveys, and I used to dig into that and find trends and ask questions of the biologists and do a lot of legwork. It's actually gotten harder to find those assessments on their website since they redid it. The library of that's all gone. I should show you guys one that I have at home. I grew up down the Raisin River, and there's a big one that I know front and back really well. And I literally probably know it better. I know that river probably better than the biologists do. And I was part of the citizens group that helped get the dam work done, rock arches put in to help with the low head dams that were there on the Raisin River. So I've been involved in that stuff for quite a long time. I was pretty young, and the only reason I got on that was the county drain commission. I went to school with his daughter, and he knew just everything I knew. So I'm gonna turn the camera around. We're in here in Brandenburg. So wide open. Cool part is I could probably zoom in here, but that dark line right above my finger at the top of the screen there, that is all ducks. Oh, let me get to Joe's question. I know my wife jumped in here and said something. Let's see. There's a cop sitting here, so give me a second, guys. I can't be looking and playing my phone, even though I'm in a parking lot. So, don't need to get one of those stupid tickets. Wave to him, say hi. Can't you do this weekly, even in the summer? You're very knowledgeable and have inside info. I have played around with doing some lives and stuff. And I actually was doing a live stream podcast. It's called Off the Dock. And I ran out of time mentally, bandwidth. As my wife said, I'm gone a lot during the week. And I'm usually home late Friday. I don't get home till 7, 8 o'clock. And I got to give my pups their time as well. Those are essentially my kids at the moment. But yeah, I want to have downtime for myself too. But I do plan on doing a lot more videos. I'm not going to do a lot of the fishing reports I did in the past, just because I don't feel like it's fair to you guys, because I get a lot of my stuff second and third hand now. I don't get as much time out in the lake to kind of basically double check the info I was getting like I was in years past. I've been thinking about doing like a what to expect this month kind of deal for the summertime. So I might do something like that. Who knows? Maybe work will be, I'll get in a rhythm with work and I can start doing podcasts again. The podcast is called Off the Dock. I do have all those down in the playlists below if you guys want to watch those. That was during COVID, so I had a little more time to sit around and do nothing. So yeah, the forecast out past the 10 or 14 day mark, Josh. I'm really leery on putting stock into that right now. I've watched it pretty closely this year for obvious reasons. Thanks for the like there, or the live stream thanks or whatever. What the hell do they call that? I don't know, but thank you for that. That was awesome. Trying to read the name here. It's a little hard to drive and not get in an accident, so. But that's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where was I? I totally lost train of thought. Dang it. That drone that I'm using this year, if you go back in the channel, and I think that's the video is called I drove 14 hours to go fishing with my best friend or something like that. I actually bought that on that trip because the other one got flipped in the wind and went into a tree and broke off an arm. And I had plans to buy a new one. I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do, but that one kind of pushed my hand a little faster than I wanted to. So I had to buy a drone while I was down in North Carolina that year. And that's been the drone I've used now since that video has gone up. And the picture quality is better. It can fly in a little stronger wind than the other one. So it's been really, really nice to have it. It is a Mavic, which is made by DJI. A little torn on using that brand though, being that it is a Chinese company for obvious political reasons and whatnot, but they're the most user-friendly bulletproof one on the market that I can find right now. So I will keep using it until I get a better option. So driving through New Baltimore right now, guys. We're gonna be heading up to Fairhaven. Yeah, it's gonna be a minute. What's up, Brandon? Good to see you still here. It's going good. I don't know if you caught the other live stream I did. I lost audio, so I had to restart, but I'm pretty sure Mavic's owned, DJI is owned by China, but maybe I'm wrong, but either way. But yeah. Ask questions down there, guys. I'll try to do my best to answer them while I am driving, or when I get somewhere and stop, I'll come back to it. How many of you guys were out yesterday fishing? Do I have anybody in here that was out at the day sale when the airboats dragged the Argo in? That was awesome. When I saw what happened in that line that was made, I had a bad feeling. And I was hearing helicopters come up this morning at the house. I'm that close to the air base where the National Guard and the Coast Guard house their helicopters. And I was like, well, I'm going to go out there and take a look and see what happened. And didn't see any rescues, which was good, but did lose a lot of ice out there, though. So, on Tuesday of this week, a gentleman took an Argo out after asking all the Facebook groups if he should, and he was told a resounding no, don't take machines out there. And the Argo went through the ice, and then, I don't know if he didn't have the plug in, or it was the hull was cracked, it sunk. So they had to go out and retrieve it. Yesterday, the Coast Guard was out over it, just marking where it was at. So but one person that just didn't want to listen to everybody else that's been on the water, if you're in the Facebook groups, you probably know who this person is. I know he watches my channel and I appreciate that, but that just was not a good decision. It ended up screwing up half of the day sale because of his actions. So I get when you have cool toys, you just want to go out and use them. I understand that. Argos are neat. But I just think that was probably not the wisest decision. It is what it is. It happened. So I do know a couple of the marinas have been producing some really good fish. The problem with a lot of the marinas on this lake is that they're private. So we're driving along the north end here. Zoom out. Maybe we can get a peek. I'll just hold the phone up so you guys can see. Maybe we can get a peek of the ice along the edge here in a second. I think there's an opening coming up through the houses. There is a little bit of ice out there. I've seen some guys fishing it yesterday in this area. Yeah, there's still ice out here. I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see it on the camera. It's just, oh man, here's some openings. So this is leading up to Fairhaven. That's still a decent chunk of ice sitting out here in this area. So I don't know if any of you guys go up and do the sturgeon spearing thing up at Black Lake. I just saw an announcement this morning that they canceled it. So that's a little disheartening for the guys that like to go up there and do the sturgeon deal. Just safety reasons. The DNR can't be out there monitoring it, so they closed the season for good this year. So there's gonna be no sturgeon spearing in Black Lake this year. We're almost to Bayside. Outdoors with Woods Woman. It's not just one place. There's a lot of little marinas and cuts and canals that are producing fish right now. So that is still the same level ice has been there for a while. It's looking a little sketchier than what it did yesterday already, to be expected. So let me crossing Swan Creek here in a second. And that's, for those of you that don't know the creek itself, if you know where Coastline is, it's right near that, or up by Bucksteiner. Swans Creek was pretty much open yesterday. There was a couple pockets here and there. Yeah, it's even more fried. Wouldn't be shocked to see some boats in there soon. So we'll be going by the dive shop here in a minute. Dive shop, edges are gone, but there's still ice in there. So we're coming up to Bayside, or Bobby Mac's Bayside restaurant. Be able to see out here. I'll get out of the truck, and we got Shanies. So actually, looks like everybody that was down at the day sale yesterday made their way up this way. There is a lot of people out here compared to yesterday. Granted, it is Friday, so you should see that. But yeah, let's go take a look. Park here, and I'll do a little panorama for you guys. So let's flip this around. As you can see, hopefully I don't get demonetized for that freaking song right now. Dark, I do ice fishing videos. Didn't really have much time to do it. I tried to do one, and that didn't go as planned. But if you go back, there's a Super Bowl ice fishing video where I got some shots inside my shanty. Caught the heck out of perch. That was off the beach at the day sale. So, but there's probably, I don't know, 25, 30, 40 guys out here fishing. Scattered out pretty good. But yeah, so this guy is kind of, so from the tree line right there, that's where the ice ends, is right at the tree line. And then it's going to go all the way over to the raft, the little bay there at the raft. We'll drive over there. I'll kind of show you guys a little better view over there too. So that took 30 minutes from Metro just to get here. So you guys kind of see the time, and then getting the video, the pictures I need to get. And then if anybody stops me and talks, or if I need to get intel from guys that I know and I see them, I'll go out and check some things. So we're gonna drive up around to the raft. I'm sure the boat launch is pretty full. And one thing I will do for you guys, because I'm over here, after I leave the raft, I'm gonna drive up to Algonac, and we're gonna take a look and see how much ice is coming down through Algonac. The reason I'm doing that, some of you guys like to go out jigging. Ron, if you go on my channel and search Super Bowl perch, it should come up, or something along those lines. I can share it in a community note post. When I get off the live, I can share that, and you can watch it if you like. That was pre-COVID, right before COVID, I think. But during COVID, I just didn't have time to hardly fish for myself, let alone make content. Yeah. Alrighty, so we're pulling in the raft here. Got a few trucks in the parking lot next to here. But we'll walk out on the docks, and I'll show you guys what the edges look like here. So we'll flip this around. So the open water, see if I can get my finger here, goes around the point, and about halfway right there, it locks in, and then that's all current coming around the corner there. And there's some open water in the back corner here too from the marsh. But as you can see, there's a lot of sour ice here, right up tight to shore. It's a little better down at the ramp, but this sour ice that's right here would be pretty hard to walk on, I would think, and at least safely. So you can zoom out, you can see open water edge right there. So, but I'll do you guys a solid, those of you that were thinking, hey, let's do some walleye jigging, or maybe go see if we can catch some salmon or lake trout in the St. Clair River. Let's go see how much ice is coming down, because I am looking forward to that. Long as work doesn't keep me too busy, you might just see me do a video up there jigging. Maybe get a nice mixed bag of lake trout and Atlantic salmon, coho, whitefish, steelhead, walleye, whistling trout, aka suckers, as some guys call them. Let's go up and check out the river. That's the next season, once all this ice goes away. You guys want me to check Decker's ramp, see how that's doing, see if it's still frozen in there? I got a feeling it's not, so you guys might be able to launch Decker's by now. We'll go find out. got some construction utility work up ahead here. So I'll go check out Deckers here. See how much ice is coming down through the North Channel. Oh, they got to stop down to one lane. Lovely. Right here at Rosemarine and Cabana Blue. Have anybody in here went and hung out or ate at Cabana Blue yet? The wife and I tried to go one day during the summer, and we were a little too hungry to wait that 2.5 hour wait to get in there. So hopefully it's good. Granted, it was a weekend. I probably shouldn't have done that, but it, you know, it is what it is. I'm only home on weekends usually. Except for this winter, no ice. It looks like somebody's getting a sewer line or something put in for a new house here. Ken, that's good to hear. I'm gonna go check it out and show everybody, if you don't mind, if that's okay with you. What was it? Anchor Bay Drive goes out there, right? Yeah. Right? Anchor Bay Drive goes to Decker? I can't remember. I literally cannot remember. I think it's Anchor Bay Drive. Yeah. It's gotta be Anchor Bay Drive. Go. Ooh, nice. Almost open. Do you know if there's any piers in down there, Ken, or is it going to be a surprise when I get there? I'll find out if there is or isn't. Because that ramp drops off really quick. Oh, wow, yeah. That current here is eating away a ton of ice over here in front of Anchor Bay Drive. And we'll check out Decker and the North Channel at that end, and then I'll drive up to Algonac and at the Whirlpool Ferry, which is where the North Channel and Middle Channel and South Channel kind of all split off to each other there. And we'll check the ice and see how much ice we got coming down for you guys at Walleye Jig. I got a feeling there's hardly any coming down, really. Saginaw Bay did get a lot of ice, but the rest of the lake really didn't get anything. Sorry to hear about your mom. That sucks, bro. Thanks for that, Ron. Appreciate the kind words. Part of me does miss working in a shop and talking with everybody. The cool part is now with my job, I get to kind of take my knowledge and expertise and my love for it and go to a lot of other shops. I've been helping a lot of shops that want it. Not everybody wants help, or, you know, they want to do their own thing the way they do it. But there's a few accounts that have really used my knowledge to their advantage, and it shows. Their stores are doing a lot better. They're a lot healthier, you know, financially, and they're doing a lot better. There's some new accounts that probably would have, newer stores, only a few years old, that probably would have failed by now. You know, without me just helping them kind of, because I've been through those growing pains of starting a new store up. I don't know if you guys know this, but I was the first employee of Sportsman's Direct. I was basically the only one working in there 6-7 days a week for quite a few years, especially because the first year Sportsman's opened up at Veldre's Boat Harbor, there was no ice, but the perch fishing was incredible in the spillway. So remember that, guys. Perch fishing could be good in there again. And then over in front of Gino's in the trailer park were just insane amount of perch. It was so good. I think we had like 70 degree weather in like March that year. I want to say that was 2012-13 winter. And then the next two winters, 13, 14, 14, 15, were some of the... I spent 4 hours talking about a Vexlar. Holy crap. Yeah, there's some nuances there to it. If I spent that much time, hopefully you bought one or I helped you catch a bunch of fish. Coming up, starting to get into the marshy section here over by Decker's. Fingers crossed, I might get to do some more duck hunting this year. That's one thing I really missed doing is Frank Pizzo. Some of you guys might know him, invited me out on a goose hunt this fall, and I almost didn't go because I was leaving for a trip down North Carolina, and the hunt didn't go as planned, but we had a good time. So heading by Decker's Landing here in Mackey's. Tell you what, these docks over here by Decker's Landing, there could be some good perch around these marshy areas and stuff. Oh man, those dock pilings got jacked up with the ice this year. Wow. This is a paved road, guys, but this is Michigan, so bear with me here. It's some pothole city. Holy crap. Let's go that way. Well, let's go that way. Ugh. Now I'm off the pavement. Now I'm on the dirt. The real dirt, or what used to be paved that is now dirt. The Iron Duke, the big barge. Swans are paired up over here in this marshy area. A couple geese paired up too. Let's turn this around for you guys so you can see. Here's Decker's. The pier is not in, but it's wide open. You should be able to launch a boat here in North Channel. I'm not seeing any ice floating down through the North Channel. So if you got some of those little boats, now might be a good time to come down here and jig and see if you can find some salmon or anything along those lines. But yeah, no ice flowing here. We'll go up to the Walpole Ferry and we'll see if we got any ice flowing there. Mr. Burgundy, who is he in here? There actually is a regular follower of the channel that goes by Mr. Burgundy. That is a cool looking boat. Ron's Marine. That's cool looking. That's definitely a work boat though. So we're gonna head up to the Walpole Ferry and take a look, see how much ice flow we got coming down. I got a feeling there's gonna be hardly any. If you guys ever check out the Airborne Angler up on Saginaw Bay, he does a phenomenal job up in his plane. I think he's in a Cessna, flying and covering. That there is expensive, having to buy fuel for that bugger. I know like Frank's and the party up there and a few other businesses supporting him, making sure he's got fuel so he can go up in the air and keep you guys updated in Saginaw Bay. That's a massive area, and the airplane is by far the best way to cover that one. Oh, 9 Mile. Charles, that is going to be a little while for that opens up. It will not be open for this year. When they closed it, they said it'd take about 2 years for them to, it's not the boat launch being worked on. It's the basin that we were driving and parking on that's getting expanded. And then they're going to put the boat launch and everything back in and reopen it. So they said at least 2 years. I know Julie at Lakeside has been keeping really good tabs on it. She's going to have probably the best information for you guys on that, because that's right in her backyard. Blossom Heath, the pier is open. That pier produces a lot of muskie and a lot of northern pike from that late February to early April period. So if you guys want to cast from shore, that's a good place. The point at Metro, where the docks are, that can be a good place for pike and muskie in the springtime. And then the Harley Ensign pier out there can be really good too. And then Brandenburg always has pike around it, it seems. So yeah, Scott, the Snow Dog, I don't count the Snow Dog as a true machine, but yeah, that probably would not have been a good idea. To take that out there yesterday. Though that is a cool machine. I like those.
Sorry, there was a problem with the app.
But I have a feeling there's not going to be any ice coming down at Walpole and Algonac. And if that's the case, that's might be time to get the boats out. You'll see if we can get some jigging in. Maybe I'll reach out to Joel or the guys at Jay's Marine and never mind. If it happens, you guys will see when it happens. Maybe I'll run up there and take a look though. But if you want to hear how the fishing's doing up Port Huron, Lexington, and up the outside of the thumb, Joel at Anderson Pro Bait and Adam and crew at Jay's Marine. Those two up there, both customers of mine, do a great job taking care of everybody up there. Joel has his fish church coming up. I always go up to his stuff. I always find it fascinating the people he has that come in. A lot of them are just guys like you and I that love it and do it. I get a few charter captains in there that do it too. So there ain't too many cabins on Anchor Bay Drive anymore. They're all pretty much homes. So Woods Woman, that had to been I don't know how old you are, but anything past 20 years ago had to been a treat up here with the marsh being really healthy with all the duck hunting. And I know that's a big deal up here. There's a lot of duck carvers and stuff up here. The guys collect their decoys, so. Yeah, all the swans have paired up and got out of their flocks and they're staking out their areas now. A lot of ducks in the marsh over here, eating away at the bottom. Woods Woman, you had the heyday out here in this area, I have a feeling. When there's a lot of access along the roads, you could fish and catch fish, and you grew up in a good time up here. Let's go up and check out the ferry crossings and see how the ice flow is up there. I got a buddy that's bought a place up this way. Really cool piece of property just off the lake, and I might have to take you guys out there this year and show you it. It's friggin' awesome place. Robert, are you doing that late season goose hunt? Is that what you're doing up there off of Port Hope? If I knew I was going to have a better year, I might have tried to schedule in a snow goose hunt and go down with, was it Sunken Land Outfitters? Yeah, Sunken Land Outfitters, I think's the name of it. Those guys who I went out with Frank Pizzo. You guys got to see a little bit of that hunt. It didn't go as planned, but that's hunting. They've been down shooting specks and snow geese, and Canada's down in Arkansas. Looks like they've been having a great year. Lake goose, man. This is going to be very mild weather for lake goose, too. It's going to be comfortable hunting. I remember some lake goose hunts I've been on. We were freezing our butts off trying to figure out how to put heaters inside layout blinds in fields. That was fun, melting stuff. Nothing like chasing honkers, man. Getting them to cut and dive into the decoys. Like, you get those big birds that cut and tip their wings, that is something else. It's impressive. So we're driving by Colony Motel right now. Robert, do you mainly do field hunts, or you do water hunts up there? Or is it going to be a crapshoot this year? You're not sure what you're going to be doing? See, I wish I could pull into the Algonac boat launch. The DNR's got the gate closed this time of the year. Maybe we can start petitioning him to open it so guys can launch from the DNR launch instead of using the city launch across from Dairy Queen there. Newaygo County is one of my favorite counties in the Lower Peninsula, hands down. I got a couple customers over there. John's Produce. There, I think, is that 37 they're on? Yeah, 37 that goes into Newaygo. And then M&J Hardware. Don and his family there run a great hardware store with a really good tackle selection. I took him out fishing this year. On my boat, and he showed me around. We did a lot of fishing. I had a video recorded from that trip, and I had issues with the files getting corrupted in all my footage, which sucked because I had a really cool smallmouth bite on Croton, at the upper end of Croton. So I think I'll go back and do Croton and Hard both. So thank you, Mr. Burgundy, as always, man. Thank you for being a long-time subscriber to the channel. Appreciate it. Dude, Don remembers, Robert, Don remembers so many people's faces and names. It's hilarious. And you go in there and the shit talking is just incredibly awesome. Treats everybody exactly the same, like he's known you forever. Donnie is honestly one of my favorite people in the world right now. He's just awesome. He should be getting a big shipment from me here any day now of summertime stuff too, by the way, Robert. He's got one of the biggest selections of Rapalas in the state for a little shop. I mean, he's got a ton. Yeah. There is no ice flowing through here at the Harson's Island Ferry. So I'm going to assume there's no ice flowing anywhere on the river. But when you get up to the Walpole area, I'll take a look. Should be able to pull near there and take a gander. Well, with hunting rights, they can technically do that if they own the bottomlands. It's not like fishing where if you can get in there from publicly accessible waters and float, you can fish it. With hunting, it's not the same way. So now, if that marsh is public owned, like the state owns it, everything's like a pie in a body of water. So it goes out into the center point, and everybody owns a pie-shaped chunk of the bottomlands for hunting and trapping rights. So in theory, they can do that, and technically, if your shot lands on their land, even though you shot from a publicly accessible area, a place you're allowed to hunt, you can be charged with trespassing, which is a law that I think we need to tweak a little bit. Not sure how to do it though, unfortunately, but it'd be nice if we did. So this is going to be the ferry parking lot for Russell's Island. See if can I pull in? Nope. It's chained off. I can't pull in, dang it. See if I can find a place to park here and show you guys what's going on. Well, if Consumers owns it, some of Consumers' property is open to hunting. So there is that. Is there a parking spot? Yeah, there's parking spots up here. It's probably just someone that wanted it to themselves, maybe. Who knows? That's where like having apps like OnX is really, really helpful. Let's pull into the parking lot here at Algonac. Where is the entrance for this thing at? Here it is. Here's the boat launch. So this is the boat launch across from the Dairy Queen, which is city owned. So we'll walk out here and I'll show you guys what's going on. But I have not seen any ice. So if we can get boats in the water, maybe get the DNR to open up Algonac boat launch, we could get some boats out. They do got a skid in, so you guys could definitely get a boat in if you wanted to right now. Catching anything? Yeah. Good to see there's no ice flows yet. Might not be many at all this year, honestly. Well, good luck. So, yeah, there's no ice coming down the rivers right now, guys. I think there's a webcam up in Port Huron that you can access through YouTube or a website that can show ice flows, but yeah. So is there anything else you guys want me to drive around and see and show while I'm out? Because I can't think of anything else right now. Post it up. Phone's getting low on battery here, so hopefully I didn't lose audio by plugging it back into the truck. But I think it's gonna do it, guys. I will post up that ice fishing video that I did a pretty good job on, I think, for something just kind of thrown together. Filming inside of a shanty is really tough. I'll post that up in community notes. You guys can watch some of that. If you guys want to watch some of my old ice fishing stuff, feel free. Again, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the super likes and all that. I really appreciate it. It does go a long ways to help fueling the vehicle for these videos, because YouTube does not pay enough. So, but I'm gonna sign off, guys. If you have questions, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, on the community tab here on YouTube, or in the comment sections. I do read every single one of them. So thank you, guys. Tight lines, happy casting, and we'll see you in the next one.